promo video for Teo when he came out. You can
Wait, what are they saying? Liquid on defense, Koi on attack, and we go for a 4-1, and the 1 is getting information on showers and the crunch. Not even a crunch, we just straight up go for it.
The TP, but it has not worked out for Team Liquid. And Panatek, he's got a safe spot. He's good. Most of his HP intact. In they come, and he's safe as can be. All right, well,
that's so funny. Did one of them go through the door as it closed, and the other one went all the way around the map through the TP? That's so funny.
And Nats coming up behind someone. You wouldn't guess it. It's Solkis to win the fight. He's outdone Nats in the flank game. Panatek caught reloading. Will be dropped.
Really low HP is doable.
To try and close this out. Everybody's low. 1 bullet needed for everyone, including Solkis. 10 HP. And a rough idea of where he's coming from. But
does he expect him to go spawn? Doesn't look like it.
In the back of his head as around the corner comes
Holy, that's a close round.
At the final hour by a sliver of HP.
Yeah, he was so short that he insta-reacted from up short after getting the kill on Nats.
What a round!
It gives me flashbacks.
Felt like Koi were extremely ready for this. We had a Astra start already waiting in TP.
The karma. But no, that's the thing, Kiko. That round shouldn't have been close. Like the fact that he's able to get so much out of it, it comes down to a player on 10 HP is just, it must be upsetting. He's looked so good individually over the last couple of maps, playing that new role of controller. Question now is, can they do any?
This makes a lot of sense though for Liquid. Kiko insta grabs the orb over towards long, try and get it all as fast as possible. 5-person insta stack. Pressure over towards long, and they're just going to send it through the smoke. Maybe no flash as well, right? Okay, 1 flash. Oops.
But yeah, Movistar Koi. Round to the good, A side is their target. Spidey senses again paying off as somehow they've made the perfect read. This side is wide open for the taking. The danger is Team Liquid have adapted very quickly to those rotations in the other direction. They've already got players coming in on the flank. They've already got control over spawn, so they know that Movistar Koi are kind of kept in a bubble right now. They can only be in so many places, and Team Liquid know exactly where those spots are.
Buddy system being brought into effect as well. There was a couple of points of potential isolation. Maybe there still is now. I think it's such a late flank that it is going to be expected. I thought maybe Grabinho would be caught off guard, but everybody's slowly being picked apart. And
yeah, it's a lot of headshots on this one. No one's going to be that close to an ult. So we should get by against bonus, no ult. And I say bonus, but we're keeping 4 Bulldogs, 1 Vandal.
And the fact is, they went for a Vandal and 4 Bulldogs. So you look at those scenarios and go, okay, you actually need to have everyone alive for this to be a money-making round. And they did.
They made it work. A lot of dangers, like we saw, but I think we can really commend Movistar Koi for their patience and not overextending into so many of those
what did Koi
angles.
got planned for their bonus?
When you take the site for free like that, often you're going to look for just that little bit more. Just that one guy spotting into
Kiko 2 away from his ult.
Double check they haven't come up behind B, and if they gave those opportunities...
Wait, Liquid go for the old Gambit Eco wall?
Now 2-0 start.
Normally when you do this wall, you go aggro over towards showers. They used to always do it on their like bonus or on their eco and defense.
Versus a Vandal Phantom fight, it's a disadvantage, but
does block off sight so that you can try and stop the plant as well.
A lot of expectations on the guided server that a lot of the time you'll be using it very early in the round, but it seems like
it feels like the pressure alone of this has made Liquid play further back.
Within this site, potential to clear any close positions. That's exactly what he's done, but instead, Panatek goes peeking.
Ooh. IGL gets double there.
Made things that little bit more awkward, and they're now looking to
what comes down to Nats again.
The problem, though, is that the majority are actually within this A site. One of them, in fact, both of them are going to be revealed. And now you question, okay, do they slow it down again? No. They want to fight into this, leaving Camo as the last man standing, and he's done very well. It looked a little bit later, but instead he takes over.
Wait, dude was just dodging bullets though. How's no one taking him down? Those lovely, lovely kills. Felt like he was surviving forever.
You think all he has to do is buy some more time, thin the herd a little bit.
Matrix style, yeah, pretty much. He was sidestepping a lot.
Gorgeous play from this man. I can't wait to see this in the replay. Nothing but headshots.
Just look at that. Look how many shots they're missing.
Goodness, then it's clean, a killing machine. 2 headshots, 2 body, and 2 to 1 now on the board as a result. Team Liquid not going to let this one slip away. It was looking good for a lights out start from Movistar KOI.
Okay, and now because they haven't been using the missiles for map control, they start playing a little bit more aggro.
It's full rifles in the form of Vandals.
So what do? I guess they just knife. If the knife doesn't hit, they don't use the damage. If the knife hits, then they retake damage. Damage on floor, nade on the left, smoke to make sure that they can't push back or don't feel comfortable pushing back through. That's nice. But at the same time, Liquid should hear all of this that just happened, and you're going to get hit by the knife on purpose. What the hell is that shot?
It really does feel like it comes back just a little bit too quickly for my liking, but I have to see. Yeah, already. We're down to just 10 seconds. There'll still be 40 on the clock. For now, he's just going to use that drone. If he can pop it quick enough, maybe he can reveal some players. Instead, though, it's actually
Kamik's absolutely owned this round. Kiko might overstep, but looks like it's alright. And I feel like Liquid learned a lot from this. Like, as long as one of you gets hit by that knife, you know you get the double damage out in terms of the missiles and a nade. That's pretty good.
You're missing those flashes to really break through the smokes.
Liquid to take this as well, money-wise. 3K for everyone.
On the back of that utility from Shados, there is just nothing to do. The correct call is made, and it may look strange with so much time left on the clock, but just where the economy's at with Team Liquid's round previously, this is somewhere that Movistar KOI are making the correct decision.
Why is there a lot of America's imports in EMEA this year? Is the tier 2 market not that good in EMEA? No, there is, but I think IGLs are hard to find, so Sadak makes sense in terms of that. Like, EMEA doesn't have that many IGLs. Like, you gotta think Nats, Clouds, Yampy of players turned into IGLs, so we don't have that many. And then the last one is just, I know the guy's a beast and they could afford him, I think. Safe? Yeah, safe player to IGL also. That's true.
A spot that you just
and then
can't hide in.
Flyer,
for now, though,
Zadak,
Showstopper is what they're going
double
for.
IGL.
Already hearing that boombot as well.
KOI take a lot of space. This is going to be pretty scary for Liquid. As soon as this ult goes in, what are we doing? Double smoke goes in, ult goes out. Nats looks like he wants to make a play.
Close in the distance on some unsuspecting opponents. There's the shot, and it's landed. Kamik not quite able to round the corner in time. And a 5v4 as a result. Gecko utility out of the round. For that defensive side of Team Liquid, they need another hero to step up and find them some space. Flash gone deep, and it's looking like a move towards Bath. A fight straight into the hands of Shados, but he's given up the angle, given up the space for a moment. He will be the dagger in the back a little bit later on.
That kill really does change a lot. Gotta tap the spike early because we've got Astra Suck. Eco, does he look to the right? Still kind of nice though. Someone needs to start sticking this. Got it half. Are we blocking? Didn't block. Yeah, I got the defuse, so fine. Very nice from Liquid. Shout out to Kiko, he handled this well. He went very late on this, I liked it.
I didn't catch it, but where did Flyer go down in that take? Because, yeah, that was it, the peak. I think that's just silly. He had his no command online in the post plant. Like, you are removing every single piece of utility for your opponent in the late stage of the round.
MC, hello mate, how we doing?
They're not going to be able to smoke off any positions. I think even throwing out the Seekers potentially off the kill they got on Flyer.
Nice
so
and
it
early.
just means that ult would have been completely gone. So it really did just, I don't know, just a slight overpeak, or maybe just hoping they could get the round through without having to use it. But I feel like that was the round signed, sealed, and delivered. Yeah. And instead, he's delivered it to his opponents.
I think you're spot on, Tom, because then you look at what Kiko's able to do later on, creep up into that same position.
Did you turn off captions? There should be a thing bottom right, I think, that says CC, or you can press C, maybe? I can't remember how it fully works.
A little bit too much of the remaining attackers. and opening up that space that Team Liquid quickly exploited. Now Movistar Koi have called a timeout. It's coming to its end here. Let's hope they've managed to find one hell of a strategy, because this round here,
hello Flo,
it's how we doing, mate? Shaky. In terms of the ultimates they're up against, Kiko and Camo both having theirs primed and ready to go. Orbital Strike and Showstopper, unless you're new to the game, you know are pretty scary ults to face off against. And for Movistar Koi, the economy is struggling. The ult economy, sure, it's almost there. Flya could have some serious impact with that ult.
Hello, Yampy.
As well.
Oh, Yampy, why are you just coming in and saying that? What's going on?
I see Team Liquid with a
why
huge
are you angry?
advantage, and I see Movistar Koi with credits about to wane. Credits waning.
Well, they're kind of already there.
Does Liquid do something
problem with it?
Bold?
And that's again, is why I'm just surprised that ultimate wasn't committed.
Koi do a timeout, everything's focusing on the new thing. Everyone's like, they definitely got to have a lot of focus on the orbs at the moment.
And if they're maybe going to fight for an orb to try and get Jados' ult online. Already a fairly aggressive clear.
Even Reese is going to dig in there to Yampy. Love that.
But the problem is, with that utility gone, the Tiger going through, they almost kind of have to clear it again, because they don't know if anybody's walked into that position.
No command goes in. Mosh just before it buys a little bit of time. As Filu goes down, in go the rest of Movistar Koi.
We half check, we half clear. Oh boy, that was a clean round. We landed one bullet slightly through a wall. That is it for Koi on that one.
It really has impressed me how clean Kiko has been playing this role, because again, a lot of what he was set up to do in the past was sort of take space and be that pinnacle player.
So they get long for free. Do they not need to just... Or should they be taking Hookah? What's their comp again?
He was set up to succeed. In these cases, a lot of times he's not, but he is nonetheless. So we saw it on the Omen, very clean with it in that round as well. And worryingly, as said, in the last couple of maps, statistically...
would you not just nade here with an Astra Suck off a drone?
More and more dangerous.
And then the Astra Suck, they can't jump out of the window. Ooh, aggro smoke, take the fight to them. This was lovely from Liquid as well. Change of the wall on top as well, short and showers.
Before this round even begins, it is done. Solkis, 5 HP, sat back with a Guardian. Hell of a task on his shoulders. Nothing but headshots need to be delivered. Had a tech slow at least, but the spike is down and they're all defending it. They've smoked him off. He's got no utility to work with. One away from Viper's Pit, but in best case scenario, that's going to bring them to the same position you're in.
I like that from Kiko.
The ults, yeah, the ults from Koi, if we ignore the first map, haven't been great as well.
I'm playing this one controlled, and if he hits this shot, I feel very impressed. Nice round from Kamek. A 5th on the board now.
This was awesome though.
I'm sure he's very happy. I've seen
you segment them in with the wall and the deep smoke, flash through, double flash through. It's like the same thing that everyone does over towards long, but just on short.
Although I have seen him wearing a few different jerseys, so I'd like to know where his allegiances actually are.
Another big Byron for Koi. The Byrons are not being great. Kamek might be able to get his orb to get Fischl online.
But it means it's online for this immediate stealth drone put out by Shados.
Uh-oh.
And it's spotted one. Already caught. Salvo going out, although it's going to be a little late.
Knife goes in, so they know the lamps is clear. Nats out in the open, dodging the damage. There's only one little spot he can stand in, and he's still got the kill. And no one else sends it through the smoke, even though they know lamps is clear. Where's the rest of my team? There was a raise nade, I guess, right?
Yeah, and so far Nats has been sort of crushed throughout the majority of this match.
Nats owned that round for sure.
Maybe having to micromanage a little bit more, or just deal with adaptations of coming up against
his Razor.
Hasn't been in the game long at all. But even under pressure in that round, he's succeeded. And again, having to fight without Filu becomes so difficult. You just don't have that space-taking agent anymore. You almost have to rely on maybe a mistake or a successful piece of utility to give you an advantage here.
Fischl, and we're close.
Straight in goes the Thrash.
Damn, Kiko jeweled afterwards as well. Lovely flash.
30 seconds left.
Got the spike confirmed now.
Try something, just hit by this force, not just from the players and the bullets.
Kiko has a molly if he can get it down towards long.
It's
there we
also
go.
the fact that you just have this consistent assault of utility.
Dude, I feel like Koi should just do fast splits, no?
There's no safe haven, except for their own spawn, where they've got hightailing it towards at 6, 2 down. Not really much of a pulse in some of these rounds. We're going to need to see a solution soon. And Tom, I wouldn't be surprised if, even coming out of this one, if we see Movistar KOI take a pause. They have a lot of ults. They've got rifles, but their economy.
Yeah, it does feel like they have to do a double timeout maybe.
This is a really important round.
Give them one more round with all these ults.
Run away with this, and keep in mind.
Nah, okay, yeah.
That lower bracket.
Timeout's coming in.
That's where you're going to be heading.
Gonna give them an idea with the ult, I guess.
It's not going to be easy down there.
No, for sure. Especially as you're kind of.
Liquid are going to be super tempted to do something aggro here.
Okay, well, I haven't seen the team from last year who was good play against the team who maybe we lost to. So I now have to predict if they'll lose to the team I think will be better, or if the team that should on paper be better going to lose to them. So it's like you can't really prep until those matches are done. And even still,
they have a goat comp to hit B. Yeah, I agree as well, Rossi. And they're getting long for free. So like, could you not literally just boombot long? If it hits, then obviously you KO flash and then just drone all the way through Hookah. And then if Hookah drone gets shot, you double damage with Astra Suck, so they can't get out of Hookah. Then you can just hit side with the rest of the util.
Didn't look the best.
I think how they're struggling so much.
Abyss, which was not their choice, and absolutely
like their split B should be incredible.
And now we've ended in that supposed middle ground, but right now it's not looking like a middle
use the drone as a default utility. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why you would ever use your drone over towards long when a boombot can literally do this.
The defensive side aggression should be good, but I don't feel like
they have a knife and a boombot to be able to.
Like, it should be a lot easier, like lamps, like Hookah, but I don't feel like that's been the case. Think about the Hookah crossfire they had. They could have easily wrecked that.
How's Patty doing? He had a very... this is what I thought was going to happen from Liquid. Decide to go aggro on this one, try and mess up whatever the new plan is. Patty played very well on Abyss.
Recently, a Team Liquid, look,
his flashes were just dominating on the side hits.
It gives them a chance now to use their ults to equalize that economy, or to at least pull it back down, because Team Liquid, they got 7k plus on every single player. They are set for almost the rest of this half. Movistar KOI can't
their sight hit from here should be unbelievable as well.
It starts with 3 ultimates. Do they want to use all 3 here? You might need them in the coming rounds. Lots of decisions to make. And it looks like the B site will be the target. A lurk left out late for Grabinho, but he can use his wall or his smokes from anywhere.
There's nobody spotted in towards B short.
Wall back site looks like the pings.
I'm wondering if we're going to have the Armageddon put through. It seems to be the case.
Armageddon, yeah.
Wall back a site.
Nats
pushes through, gets one, does a lot of damage. Eco. I think they did great on site here, to be honest with you. Keep an eye on the Astra Luck up short the whole time while this is happening. There's a big one-on-one over towards site.
But Shados is still standing. And now it comes down to him versus Panatek on the other side. A new look initiator versus a tried and true of the past, a man of experience facing off against, well, another man of experience. But this round is so important for Movistar KOI. Shados looking to try and put it on his back. He even gets the timing correct, but doesn't swing off of it. Goes back
very nice from Shados. They really needed that KOI. This was getting way too many rounds on defense here.
Well, that is a much needed
problem is it's hard to repeat this with the you don't have the ult. It really helped them.
Burning up that one ultimate, which is quickly farmed most of the way back up. Shados now just needing 3.
Do you think Scream will ever return to pro play? I think the only way Scream returns is if like someone needs a stand-in and he just really farms on that performance. The problem is as well the EMEA tier 2 talent has been proven like good pickups.
Rounds ahead of them for quite a while.
I don't see it happening, to be honest, unless he has a standout performance when someone needs a stand-in.
And then they've got a real position to fight from.
Nats was trying to be cheeky, playing in front of it, but this whole idea is an execute to get them into the post plan, even sending the drone through to try and get as much information.
I put all down. This is a hard retake, man. Nice shot.
Waiting to try and catch them off the back of that TP.
Nats is in the pit. Nats is in the pit, and he's been caught. Okay. I just expected him to come out on top in that, but
nice shot.
Solkis is on a tear. Double kill already on the site. You've got to fight through that pit to win the round. It's time to think about saving. And as Kamek falls, there's no other choice for Kiko.
This far side hit was nice. Looked a lot better, but again, you can't repeat this because the Astra ult. Like their ult rounds, if they don't use them on ecos, they look pretty good. Like when they have set plans that they want to do, they look nice. It's when they don't have the set plans, they look not great.
Costly it becomes.
Good damage. Yeah, it does actually matter, especially if Koi loses this round.
Almost lost his life too.
Yeah, when you've got that much money in your back pocket, it really doesn't matter if he goes down, and taking a couple of guns away, not going to be too bad, although there will still be purchases on the other side. I like that though, just a set execute off the back of the Cosmic Divide, making sure that that Viper's Pit can't really be disrupted. They were even watching the entire time for Nats. They had a pop flash in case he was on the edge. They had the boom bot going through one way. They had the showers cleared by the drone. Like that was just something that has clearly come from, well, the training ground when it comes to Movistar Koi, and clearly done the work behind the scenes. The problem though is, well, that comes from a very set circumstance of having two ultimates that can be used in that scenario.
And work out what's in the cage behind Hamster.
It's going to be a really interesting second half, Tom. It's 6-4. It's a close game. Liquid 6 rounds in a row. They lose 2, and they've called
personal preference at this point, if you're going to have a Vandal, Soulcast in this case. See, certain situations like that, I'm honestly saying that people should be using Phantom, but it still is a little bit.
Run through those last couple of rounds. Not as much time to touch base and figure out what went wrong for Team Liquid. I do like how proactive they're being. Despite the big lead, losing just 2 rifle rounds. Remember, the other 2 they lost for the pistol in the opener. They're still getting in there early and saying, all right, let's make sure we course correct. We won an 8-4 half. The opponents have no pauses for the next. We can close this out nice and easy. Let's see if that's going to be the case.
I also like
5 people starting over towards here. Sure, let's see what the... I mean, it's probably going to be the same thing that we saw, where knife hits. Once it hits, we see damage nade. Everyone's going to be fighting for this orb at the moment, though, because Filu gets it, we get a ult. Oh, hold up, we're using the boom bot now.
After the start that they had, I think ending it out 6-6 would be fairly disappointing. Again, early information fought for, and Padatek has got to be a little careful here. The flash may not have garnered anything, but that was due to the deep smoke.
Lane knife goes in, that does hit. This time they got a smoke. Okay, it's a lot better from Koi at the moment.
They're still not giving up that space for free. That spam almost dropped Filu. He's down to 42 HP now.
Yeah, and he's gonna have an ult, and the plan was to send it in with his ult.
A ton of information. Never seen a jiggle peek with the dog, but there you go. And they now notice a lot of players outside on long.
Okay, we must have a good take for this. Drone into damage Astra Sack. They're not even going to have a chance to get flashed on. Ooh, 42 HP, tanks 1 bullet, kills 2, ult goes down though.
Showstopper will be cancelled out. Kamek looking to hold his ground, grabs another, and almost drops Solkis too. Neck and neck for a moment. But
big 1v2.
Is all
oh, nice molly. Regen shield though.
Not enough to stop them though. The plant will be found and the players retreat to safety. Now Nats, 1 kill needed for a Viper's Pit. Nobody wants to give him that.
Yeah, and they don't use the normal wall over towards B, so we've got no vision block.
Rounds on the board, the tap there. Here comes the swing, and it's Grabinho to send it home. 6-5. Movistar Koi close the distance further. We could be neck and neck at halftime.
That's the sort of level that you expect to see from a superstar duelist. Low HP already from the initial spam.
Yeah, the fact he gets 2 there and 40 HP is...
That's the Filu that we know and love. That's the guy we saw
it's pretty
across
insane.
Both previous maps.
Oh, yes, he's got the style as well.
Yes. Okay.
Giving it.
Wow. After what was a 6-2 scoreline.
The slow-mo, yeah, they really put the slow-mo on this one.
To drag this one back now. The classic sort of a short Viper's Pit, an aggressive take. Both initiators fighting. They got to be careful here. And actually, they've lost both fights. Immediate double entry. This leaves Kiko alone within the B site. Camo is running as fast as he can, but he can't get into support. with the ultimate currently blocking. In fact, he tries.
Okay.
He tries to go through it, gets wrecked for it. Luckily, you still got Kiko there, who's been an absolute superstar, trying to do everything on his own, even spotting out the remaining couple, but they're going to peek it before his ult could go through. Nats is there with one more. And that res is not going to be coming. It's down to the 1v1. This
is a 2v5 at its peak.
Spike down, knowing roughly where his opponent should be, and still trying to reposition.
The wraparound from Nats is it's very Nats-esque. I'm hoping a crowd doesn't give this away. There's not too many people there. Oh, he was waiting for him to wrap. He's not actually committing.
And around to watch this spike, confident now that the flank's not in play. Grabinho will sneak out though, will grab the spike, 25 seconds left.
They had Teodron. Dude, Asuna, I'm losing my mind at how they're using this agent.
Oh, and blindsided, but barely alive. The metal in the way. A little bit of armor that he needed, 12 seconds. Nats waiting for the plant to be attempted. Waiting for the push up close, but Grabinho will just plant on backside as safe as he can. 30 HP is not a lot to work with. The fake smoke. Maybe he could be going back into the spawn. Nats has to split his direction both ways. 6 bullets left. But with such low HP, it might not matter. It depends on the time.
Holy! We won that as well. Okay, big 1v1 in the end. Dude, it would have been a 2v5, but
nothing but perfection delivered.
They stole like 3 at the end. Not bad considering. A good recovery.
Not in the manner we expected. Still, one more half left to come. We'll see.
The smoke. The smoke actually tapped him a little bit and helped.
Yes!
Red Bull
Insane series? Oh man, I'm a little bit gutted Binder's going out, to be honest. Binder's always great at the moment. Binder's been really fun to watch. Especially as people are trying some new stuff. It's been awesome. New Binds Metron, it's going out. Yeah, it's always the way. Ascent with changes though? Do we know that's a thing? Or are you just guessing there's gonna be changes? You're just hoping? I mean, they haven't changed the map for a while. Have they ever done good changes on a map? Split. The split changes were good. What else is there? Honestly, the bind changes were good. Lotus, the Lotus changes were good. Yeah, they've actually done a few. Pearl?
It really was.
Yeah, that's right. To be fair, they've only really missed on the Icebox Breeze. And I'm not sure there's any small changes that can fix those maps.
They won the first 2, but then it was a streak from Team Liquid, and they were looking
Flash Tears with the Prime. Thank you for the whole year, dude. Thank you for doing that. Fracture? What did they change about Fracture? I can't even remember.
For this half.
Been that long ago.
Yeah, for sure. And as said, I think building into this one, you have that Grabinho Soulcast like site anchor potential.
They changed Dish and Drop.
The other 3 players can be more aggressive.
Oh, the little gap on the side. Yeah, yeah.
Plays. For now, though, they've already taken a fair bit of control over towards the showers, and a reliance on Soulcast to try and hold here as the majority of players are in his spot.
Soulcast pushed back behind the wall. I mean, some damage was done, but the reset after decay, believe most healthy and ready to fight. Plant's already found. Aggressive push up
massive Joe. Nats just has to stay alive now because these two are kind of locked and the pressure should be enough. Dude, it's so weird. Nats is literally still in spawn.
Coming in late from Grabinho. It is a very weird pace to the round. I think Nats will be blindsided by that and just taken down. With the control still over Bath, a good spot if they could get past Kamek.
I'd imagine you got another one there.
Deleting the Bath players and sure,
dude, Nats must be like, how is this guy here? I can't believe he's here so late. Yeah, and this guy's literally so late that he can't even defuse.
Crucial
TV. CS crucial or another crucial?
Look at the amount of damage that was actually done onto the Liquid players.
Thank you either way, dude. Appreciate the prime. Thank you for doing that.
They just leave Nats behind in the back lines, and then it was the battle of the flankers. But all of that time just was on the spike. Like you can't be that slow dealing with
another crucial.
else.
Okay, I was just gonna check.
Like that was sort of put into place.
Just checking. Thank you so much for doing that.
And their strategy. Again, some solid individual presence shown by Kiko and Kamek. I feel like
we're 2-2 for pistols at the moment. Been relatively even. Kiko 15-7.
I feel like that could be a pivotal part. They're going to do things.
They had the same eco.
Orgon running about. That was a
spike down.
Nasty surprise for Kamek, and holding on to this might not be too easy.
Dude, the spam of the Guardian looks crazy. GTC Kobe, thank you so much also with the Prime Man. Appreciate you doing that. Thanks for 18 months.
Will be a death sentence, you'd imagine. Sulcus and Feel, other side of the map. They can just simply walkabouts into the site, grab that plant. I don't think there's much left behind.
I thought they were trying to be really quiet that they got the spike.
2-2 possible after 3 maps. Oh, they're true. It's 3-3 even. You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
strong
they're
maths.
making noise on the way to the A site. The dog went through, the spam went through, but Nats is still watching the back, trying to bait these players into making their way out. But the drone will spot it.
This drone looks so weird, man.
Not too much information to work
it looks
with.
so weird.
Everyone else resetting to take these fights. I like that setup. Sure,
it's still really nice damage from Koi, no matter what.
Is immediately able to trade, and now you're left as Filu, the last man alive, avoiding the snake bite, but walking straight into Kiko. That'll be the round done.
They should be happy with the damage.
Team Liquid, 2 players surviving, 8-6, a 2-round lead.
Yeah, it's a costly one. You only, I think, had Nats, who was down on a pistol at one point, and because of that, there's definitely going to be pieces missing going into the next round. Yeah, just impressive shots to at least do some damage in this sort of position for Movistar Koi. So I don't think they can be too unhappy with that. They do have to be careful, though. And I'm quite liking the fact that knowing that Nats has been going for the sniper so regularly, we have the majority of players investing into those heavier
The drone is very loud. Yeah, but it has to be
it
something.
A little bit less deadly, although
if it wasn't loud and it was invisible, it would just be a nightmare.
On attack side for the majority of this game so far, which is really weird.
Yeah, this is good. Molly early on to take a lot of space, dog in case someone commits. And then do we just straight up sight hit on this one, or are we going to let Nats try pick?
It's different, and it works. It has worked before. Let's see if it does this time with all those extra shields in play. Although it doesn't help Fly much.
Kiko's been great. Big Jill here.
Now we're in a bit of danger.
Holy.
Players all over the site.
The pistol into the bonus is looking likely.
The spikes planted. Rifles now retrieved as the upgrades come in. And for Movistar Koi, man disadvantage. And next to nothing to play with. A decent spam does damage to Nats. Kiko
nice shot.
Nice
shots, man. He did great. That first shot was awesome.
Kamek now has to do it all. Won't get his ult online without both kills.
Oh, hold up.
Rounds already in the bag. It's been close so far.
Yeah, clearing that's nice, and he knows they're going to double up.
Within this player's wheelhouse, they've just heard him step down. They know where he is. Moving in together. Off angle by Kamek.
Wait, shout out to Filu. Played that really nicely. He had a great shot on Kiko that was running too long.
Just about keep that gap close.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those rounds where you kind of wonder how it was
XT, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you for that, dude.
It was initial kill, a spam that put Paditech down to 1 HP within like literally a second. That was this from Flyer, but somehow they still come out
it was a fast turn of the flash.
Even. It was impressive that this round was even close from that point onwards, but a good response from Filo. And again, I think he started this game off incredibly slow individually, but now starting to climb back into the game.
Bro is so annoyed.
From a 6-2 position and another pistol under their belt.
Nats gets the Outlaw out. We got 4 people that can get one shot, and we see on this map there's like not too much instant stuff on defense you can do unless you want to do something like really bold aggro with a smoke. A lot of the time with Teo on defense you're kind of trap playing, like let them take map control and then insta take it back, especially when you don't have like combos, I guess. Yeah, there's one of the people that can get one shot. The only person that can get one shot is also tanked 1 bullet or something.
After a close previous round, this one doesn't seem to
now what? You just got to save, right? You
got
to save 3K for everyone.
You're right, Tom. The round's done. They've called for the save.
But that's the thing. You look at this scenario where
Liquid shouldn't even hunt here, really.
Kamek already with the Thrash online. Like, you're just going to either feed their ultimates or you're going to be met with one. It's just not a winnable scenario, and that is the frustration of playing up against Nats when he does this, because yeah, if you don't have the heavy shields, even if you do and you take like a slight nick of damage, it's just an instant kill. He's not missing those shots, like I'd say 9 times out of 10. And when you lose your Viper, the player that you kind of need to stay alive on that A site, it's over.
It's also right there. You've got a
I'm going to be interested if anyone times out here. I don't think anyone should time out, but we got a lot of people that are 1 away from their ult, so there should be heavy focus on orbs.
You've lost your life immediately. You're definitely losing 10 HP from the decay. But this guy's ability to just step up and take that aggressive peek.
Oh, I like that though. Nade right sides. Pathing's pretty good there because you're behind the wall and then you're peeking out as well.
It's hard to
fight.
What's your strat for this round? My strat is me.
Or use both timeouts. Oh yeah, they used them both by like 7-2, right? I mean, it paid off though. Was it here? They used them?
But I mean, he's just taking the free shot. Like, Solkas had the orb there, didn't put it up because he's waiting to spot someone. And you know, with that weapon, you have a pretty good chance of firing back on him when he's peeking like that.
Well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, where else is he going to peek it from? Not through your wall. Or if he does, he'll take the free kill. So it's not a bad idea. It's just Nats thinking, you're giving me a chance? I'll take it. Yeah. That's what he does every single time. Usually with getting behind you, this time it's the Outlaw.
Even the wall going up. So they're doing the wall that kind of does the same theory as the wall and the smoke together to block off vision. Right, to double block vision from here. And if you lose sight at one point, you do think that they could have crept up. Maybe you could creep up on the left here. I'd have to look at it.
Alongside the Tiger.
That Astrosarch absolutely owned this round.
Use of the grab wall to make sure they can't get too much information. Orbital strike thrown in, but even still, the
Nats,
big
Joe.
has gone the way of the defenders.
What the hell is that? How are some of these people surviving in these Joes that I'm watching?
Now they get into the post plant. Showstopper. No command available. They had everything to play with, even denying some of the heals that would have gone in onto Nats.
Showstopper on Filu. This could be everything.
Yeah, we can just stick this all the way, if anything. Half is nice on this one. That's a great shot. Whoa, there was so many trades at the end here. I honestly think that all comes down to that Nats duel at the beginning here. I'm not sure Nats should ever be winning that after what we saw.
And at this point, Tom, like we said, the credits for Movistar KOI, they are waning. This is a really tough position to be in. That was a round they needed.
Yeah, it's a tough one as well, because a lot of ultimates being utilized to make it more awkward, but
it's criminal.
Just painful. I feel like that should have been Nats dead, and then from then onwards you sort of see these wraparounds doing well to sort of claim the space, because when you had the showstopper and a player defusing, there's a world where you just rush, you basically panic. And
yeah, and you can see from the reactions how much it means. Force them down to eco.
In the end and close out the round. 10-7, 3 away from.
They hear the dog along. Kiko's watching this. Oh, nice shot. Oh boy.
I was going to say there's definitely been opportunities. That from Flyer was impressive.
Oh boy.
Continue. Sammy goes walking back into the same fight, alone with the spike. Well, now for the remaining 2, this is troublesome.
Well, Nats is coming back with the Outlaw, and everyone's one hit to him. Still a chance, still a beating heart to this round for the side of Team Liquid, and Movistar KOI can't allow him the opportunities. But after 1 kill, he's left alone. An ace needed. Blocked out by that utility. Pistols coming close, 40 HP indeed. So
yeah, and they get so many upgrades. 1, 2, 3 at the moment.
Just the same in return. 6 shots instead of 2.
Well, there is an extra one for Solkas. It hasn't gone free yet.
What would be by far my favorite Outlaw, Clutch, Outlaw, Ace, or any of the above?
30 seconds
30 seconds on the clock, and a swing into heavy traffic.
Very, very nice shot to Flyer here.
To the Shadow Realm. 10
hits that first shot on the pass and trying to cover the Skydog.
Just in time as
Doesn't cancel the Skydog fast enough, so he gets another.
Your IGL just walks down mid and pops 2 players. It really is one. I think Panatic must have been in the dog there, because he just doesn't even react. Like the player next to him tries to cover the angle, but that walk-up was just not spotted in time, and Movistar KOI have been able to massively capitalize, and I don't think there's too much of a surprise that that's the moment that Lohan decides, you know, I think we need a pause. We've just lost a round to Flyer pushing mid with the Sheriff. I think I need to talk about that one.
Well, that is all 4 timeouts used. These teams being tested and pushed to the limit. After their final discussion with the coaches, it's going to be a hot streak to close out this game. And at 10-8, Team Liquid, no doubt they need those resolutions, but it's been 2 rounds, then 1 bought back. This one on the back of a player walking down mid and just catching you completely unaware. It's a blind side. You won't have those in every single round. And I think Team Liquid don't need to panic just yet. They've got that little bit of a buffer in the form of their lead. But the credits now starting to take shape.
Why timeout after this round? That this round here, like this loss, especially after, like you saw the replays of how like emotional they were once they won the round that forced them to eco. Like, you gotta get everyone's emotions in check after you lose an eco like this. Like, it's still 10-8, you're still in a really good pause, but something like this could get it into something much worse if everyone like really overthinks it.
But a good position to start from. Economy is there, and ult economy online for Team Liquid.
I'm so fine with the timeout. Like, you just forget the eco and just move on.
Seekers to potentially give up the information for the showstopper to find a get. Like, they should have everything on a plate for them here, but
they love a double flash. Send it.
Seems like the orb has already been claimed as well, so that is the Viper's pick. Great.
Speaking of a flash, send it. Yeah, I thought Dom was good for double here.
I don't think that was worth.
First flash also came a little early while Sokas was still reloading, so that's both KO flashes burned up early on. The 1-to-1 trade, losing your Viper.
Who goes aggro here? Is Kiko ready? Oh god, he just got smokes out.
A push up, and it's perfectly timed.
It's so well timed. It's exactly what happened with the Razor earlier. Damn, didn't expect the second though. Nice shot.
Not locking down the control for too long as it's kept.
Shados gets a kill, he gets his ult.
Pick goes up just in time to block Patatek. He'll creep up close now towards this spawn as Shados needs to fight his way back through. They know he's here and they are just waiting, beckoning him forward. He spams so much that finally he walks in and meets his doom. It's left to Grabinho. The dog on its way already, spotting him. He can actually tap this from just outside, I believe. Reposition is perfect.
Oh, nice shot.
Looking the right way. Well aware of what was going down.
So they had enough money for 1 to drop, but 2 couldn't buy here. I think they still force this and 1 person takes a hit. I'm pretty sure.
Like both players completely blind, but couldn't quite correct on
Kiko's been really, really impactful. There's definitely a couple of times where I feel like he needs to play a little bit safer, but he's
those couple of kills
getting a lot of impact kills.
Genuinely phenomenal.
21 to 11, yeah. So they do force into it, and the person that takes the hit is the IGL. We get a Spectre out on this. Boombot misses Filu close, and there is a smoke here.
After that pistol victory. But now we look, economy on the brink, but again, Filu started off well.
Yeah, he's been doing remarkable in terms of those opening picks, those clutches on the B side as well, putting up those multi-kills. Movistar Koi have now the advantage to play with. In comes the spike, looking to be planted on site. Lots of backup to cover it. It doesn't quite land. In fact, it's a little precarious of a position.
Damn, dude, I can't believe the Nuts survived so many of these jaws.
Masterful trade. He's kept this one alive for the side of Movistar Koi. Despite a couple of quick kills back in return, you've still got Filu, excuse me, and Grabinho. With the spike down, time is ticking.
Kiko with a plant gets his ult. This was an instant reposition from Grabinho, by the way. Instant.
Both are walking back. They have absolutely no idea this man's here, but he only gets
oh my god, some of these whiffs from Koi. It's losing him so many rounds. I think there might be like 2. This could even be 3 rounds that are down to whiffs.
About rotating nades still online. 20 seconds left, and Patatek is just waiting for Filu to step forward, but Filu doesn't have any pressure on him. The clock is ticking, and it's against Patatek. 12 seconds
Close,
as he
just
takes that teleporter. Philo goes as fast as he can. I don't think he had a blast pack left. He'll get here a little bit too late to deny by the looks of things.
Insta-flash?
The nade will be fired out. It bounces back. It's going to do damage, but not quite enough.
Nicely done, force him back with the nade into the angle.
And Movistar Koi
Saved him.
close the distance just a little and stop Team Liquid from running away with this.
These rounds have been crazy.
That one's a transfer,
Like,
so it
every
was
single
rough.
time it seems like
Yes,
it's
but I still think like the
an
Nats
advantage,
duel over
individual
towards site, I'm not
steps
sure he
up
should be winning that.
completely turns
And then we
it
had the
around.
other Nats duel over
This
towards site,
round,
not
I
sure he
don't
should have
think
won
anything
that. Then we
out
had
was
the
Shadows at the back
Kiko
of the site,
4K
sending the ult through
on
to clear
A.
certain
Don't think he
positions,
should
but
have
also giving
been able to kill
himself a chance to
four of them
land
as
a
well.
high-impact double.
There's
Even
been a
still,
lot
it
of
came
times
down to
where
incredibly
whiffs are
close
huge.
margins, but Filu, as mentioned, I think there was a point where he was like 5 and 10 or something like that, but he has really stepped up in this second half. Been one of the catalysts of the comeback. The problem, though, is that Movistar Koi have not been able to string more than a round together in the second half. There has always been a response.
That is true, and if you think of
That's what
them
Liquid are
losing
looking
this
for here.
one,
It's going to be a little more difficult.
it was great for Filu to win that round, but imagine losing this one.
But he's just
3 people that can't buy. Dude, this is such a this is a massive swing round at 11-9. This is either a really close game or Liquid probably just close it out.
They know that they've got all the control they need. The only real problem is that although the push is going to come towards A, stealth drone has
If
already cleared
Filu
out
gets a
outside
kill, he
of
gets his ult.
There's no one there. They know that for a fact, and I thought that might have seen rotations come through, but no. Playing outside of
God, I'm
Lamps
not
to
sure
avoid
that's how
that
I'm playing
ultimate.
if I'm
Filu
1
goes
kill away
through
from
for
an ult.
just the one. Grabinho has to step out, but the smokes are there to give him the cover.
Yeah, we have DRX smoke to stop plant, but no one spams it.
What they desired. Keeping things even. I'm looking at Cosmic Dividers.
Kiko committed over towards site. Ooh, that's a lovely nade. Kiko committed over towards site, so he's going to probably use his molly for what? There goes the molly.
With the stinger, a third one as well. He's brought that one over from North America. We spoke about it before,
Yeah,
the stinger.
it really is the
In the
American,
hands
the
of
NA
Raid
stinger.
last year, and Ron for Kamek, there's nothing he can do here. Just has to try and fall off of it. I don't know how he's managed that level of impact.
That molly from Flyer as well was awesome.
Bound left click and right click to the same
Oh,
button.
it could be. Yeah. That's probably what it was. They tried the just block it does strategy, but with his bullets. See, that's not how it works. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I did say this was one of the weaknesses.
Dude, I would love to see an EU player try and do that.
The all-in strat, the real strength of the composition. Yeah.
He was trying to save this for their next
There is
game.
not many EU
guys,
players
I
that can
guess
use this gun, I'm telling you.
Gotta hide the stinger strats.
He didn't even
Love
zoom
it.
in though, so it definitely wasn't the
That's a
left
shame.
right click bind.
That's a shame. He would have gotten all 5 if he had that.
Yeah.
Well, showstopper online for Filu if things get a little hairy, but Team Liquid on the attack have a lot of weaknesses. 3 pistols brought to bear. The Sheriffs will look
Yeah,
to
and like
take
we
some
said, if they
heads,
win that, it
while
should be a
the
pretty
Rifles
close
look to clean
game.
up. For Movistar Koi, this is their chance to equalize.
Oh,
Kiko though again, this time taking up the role of the duelist. He's
okay.
looking for the rifle for a
He's
reason.
just
He only had the opportunity
absolutely
for a couple of them,
sent it
but
onto
this
site with a
man's
gecko
hands
flash and
have
killed
to be
everyone.
holding one. He's been so strong. And looks to do more. Kamek.
Filo has ult for
Trade back
retake.
of sorts and still
and
an
drone
abundance
into
of
ult.
utility for Shadows to try and clear this site. There are so many players.
Kiko
up
has one
close
more
that his
smoke still.
util
He's going to
could be
refresh this
everything.
smoke.
Oh, they've cleared out these players.
They don't even need to
Patatek
refresh
as
the
he
smoke.
moved
They've got the
out of
Viper
position
smoke
of the
here.
guided salvo, but unfortunately, they haven't found the kill, and as a result,
Shout out to
Patatek's
Patty,
there to
takes the
take
bullet on this one.
the hit
Kiko
off the
is an
showstopper. The
absolute
follow-up from Kiko with
beast,
all
man. What the hell
5
is that?
under his belt, taken from the top side.
That's
And
the
putting
round.
them on top marks,
This is
12
sick.
to 10. 2 chances to close this out for
Yeah, if
Team
anything, he's
Liquid.
performing better on smokes.
27 of 13, by the way. Like he had some crazy performances on the jet, but he might
Double
be
flash
getting
to
close
enable
some
it.
sort of new record, 'cause
Sky
it's
flash
so
into Gecko
impressive
flash. Oh,
on an
great shots,
individual
man.
level. It just
Really
looks
nice
like he's
shots.
so comfortable.
You know what I love about Kiko? The old Angel strat used to be you put all your smokes down and then you run. And here he pops
Last time we saw this,
that'll do.
didn't end too well. 2 chances to finish
That's
this.
incredible, but he's got the individual skill to match. I like this. The smoke.
Do you
close,
like
3
this?
players creeping in from
There
Movistar
is-
Koi, but it's
there is
expelled
7
in,
people
and
dueling at
Camo
top mid.
delivers 2 blind fire and almost takes Filu with him.
This is not what you wanted to see if you're a Movistar Koi fan. They have fought valiantly throughout this series, proven that they can go toe-to-toe with Liquid. Maybe answered some of the questions you had about individual players on this team, but if it sends you to the lower bracket, it sends you to the lower bracket. The manner in which it happens doesn't matter too much. They would be one defeat away from dropping out of kickoff with 5 players. Filu low, he's proven he can still hit shots, but not in this one. It's now left onto the IGO, maybe hoping he can get something before they retreat. Soulcas with everything to do versus his former team.
Nice snake bite. They're going to be vulnerable, dropping down into it. It's a mistake. They fall into his trap.
God, he got 3.
With a stinger now,
it might be enough.
And quickly repositioning as well. They might not expect him to be all the way around. The molly blocks that pathway, but are they suspicious of the wraparound? Yes, they are. It's Kiko holding it.
Lovely double. Wide into the close as well. Okay, nicely done from Liquid. Super worried after the first map, but that was nice. Shout out to Kiko for that last map. That was a performance and a half.
Not only in the individual skill, but also in those role swaps. I think that's what's most exciting.